see it there to understand what took place. From that discovery, what I realized is that I need to make the connection. And I've said that I've done this before when I was at Frito-Lay and in the Army teaching things. So, for example, when I was teaching people how to do chain step march in ROTC, back then, I think it was Dana, I forgot, used to be a character called Church Lady. And Church Lady was actually how you do chain step march because it was a double step. So in order for me to teach them how to do it, they would do it. We go, tell me, show me, let me. And I would say chain step march and they would say Church Lady and do it. So that's how they would get it in their head. And what I haven't done a great job of, which I'm going to do going forward, is making that connection for you. So I've given you some brain information. I've given you activities, PEMDAS. You know that PEMDAS is connected to the working memory. But what I haven't done is how is this connected to real leadership, the theory of personal accountability, and the 74 principles? Because I can tell you all of this, but how will you implement the 74 principles of real leadership? Because that's how you become your best. It's in your daily, and it is resources and tools, just like your brain. My job is to be the conduit to connect those two together. So yesterday when I realized, okay, this is because I was instantaneously going, oh, that's that. We can use that real leadership principle. We can use that one, use that one, use that one. And I have said, go to the website and look at 74 principles of real leadership, but you haven't done it. Because I didn't say on today at your lunch break before you go to sleep. I just told you to go do it. So it sounds like a suggestion. Okay, I'll go to it. But now I'm incorporating it into the live. So we gonna all be there. So, and I thought about it from this way. And even though I don't go to church anymore, you used to have to go to church with your Bible. Now you can have a Bible app and it's fine. So, and I said real leadership. I said this is the leadership Bible. But I'm not telling you to bring your Bible to class. I'm not telling you to bring your textbook to class, which is Real Leaders Wear Pink, which is the 74 Principles of Real Leadership. So how you going to use it? When my daughter went to Palo Verde High School, they had textbooks on the shelf that they never used. And so that's basically what's happening is you're like, okay, she says solicit feedback or she said communicate effectively, but I'm not saying here's how you communicate effectively. Here's when you use be honest. Here's when you establish trust and be trustworthy. I've even said the number one principle for leadership is to hold yourself and others personally accountable. But I haven't said today you're going to hold 5 people personally accountable. So your brain has the information, but it's just knowledge. But you haven't been able to apply it because I didn't teach you how all of this comes together. And it occurred to me yesterday that that was one of the missing components, which is the beauty of being live for 472 days, because in real time, I get to have these moments of clarity and go, wait a minute, these dots aren't connecting. And that's the difference between having a standard operating procedure, which means that's the standard, versus standing operating procedures, which means it's ever evolving and ever improving, which is why I didn't attach myself to a university or corporation or the government, because in that point, you got to do exactly what they want you to do. And so there is no self-discovery. There is no adjustments in real time in order for this to keep working. That's why I say I'm an algorithm. So as soon as I get new information, I update it and give it to you so that it is current and recent. Yes, I'm about to have 12 years on my YouTube channel. And there are videos that will be 12 years old, but there are videos as recent as yesterday because I'm constantly adding new information as I gather that information. So with that being said, what's the gist, Dr. Donna? It's my responsibility to make the connections for you, to remove the obstacles to your learning so you can implement everything that I'm saying, so the dots start connecting. Because I've asked, well, have you shared? But what would you be sharing? You can say I'm doing a challenge in this, and Kevin, I'm going to use you as an example. When you daily challenge now and you were having a conversation with your cousin and you used 2 principles of real leadership because I brought it to y'all attention yesterday, and you were able to add that to the conversation. So now you have those 2 principles of real leadership in your head, and going forward, you will start to use these tools that I have for you. So one of the things that we're going to start doing with me recognizing that was, and I'm taking full responsibility for that, is I have to connect the dots for you. So now go to the 74 principles of real leadership on your second device. For those of you who are able to do that, some of you are driving and some of you are working.